horror avant-garde kind of element to it. To me, it definitely felt like it was trying to send a message about mental health, specifically depression. Uh, it very much felt like it was hyping it up as a boogeyman of sorts, in the sense that I think the lack of attention mental health gets is very alarming. And I believe it's because the image of mental health is always very much a it's very much an externalized feeling where that's happening to someone else that can't happen to me, when in reality a lot of us are more susceptible to it than we think. And it very much felt like a message of it could happen to you and it could come for you. uh, it very much I feel like it very much gets that message across.
It gave off like an indie horror thriller type feel genre wise, um, especially with the subject matter being, emptiness, despair, hinting at depression and isolation and, being these weird or not weird, but stylistically avant-garde and uh, you know, isolating and dark images of this person, left in their bathroom alone. I think it has to, it says a lot about the horrors of, depression and how that impacts us and how it messes with our psyche. It could be fun to see this in a series of different mental health issues and seeing where you could go with that. But standalone, I think this was really interesting, and it really tapped into a place that like a much darker place that is hinted at a lot of times with depression and pieces about depression, but not always fully stated or shown. And I think you did a good job of doing that. So really well done.
Seems like they're portraying somebody that is, afraid to go outside, agoraphobic or something. Somebody is perhaps dealing with some inner trauma. Also, it could be seen as somebody that's dealing with the pandemic world, that we're living in, and yeah, in the last couple of years when it was worse than it is now. But it's interesting. Yeah, it was an interesting portrait of this guy dealing with these inner demons, and in the end, it seems that he wakes up. He has some memories of some of the goodness in his life, and he wakes up, which I was glad to see. Kind of it gave the whole thing a good meaning. And I love the style. I love it. The animation, the animated look was cool. The lead performer did a great job. And this is a really interesting way to do a movie where you got one person in one location, and you got some photos and some footage from their life that you're using as flashbacks. And yeah, we kind of get an idea of a sense of meaning throughout the course of this.
Very sad and creepy and hard to watch, but I feel like the end there was hope that he hadn't gone through with it yet, and there was hope. But it's like getting into the mind of somebody having these thoughts. I thought it was really well done as far as the different animation, the different visuals. I really liked the shower scenes when he's like or sitting in the bathtub with the shower. The sound, uh, just his life flashing before his eyes. The clock shots were really cool. The spiders really creeped me out, but with the spiders, and then it looked like the web was on him, and then they showed the plastic over his face, so it felt like you were kind of trapped and suffocating and like there was the visual of the shadow over him in the bedroom, and I think that was kind of like the Grim Reaper or death looming over him, and this just feeling of that, and maybe that's what that feels like. Somebody's depressed, and that's all day and every day that they're feeling this shadow over them. I just thought it was very unique. Great sounds and visuals, good acting by the guy, and just, I mean, there was very little words. All of it was just based on the visuals and the sounds and the acting. The running through the forest, all of the shots were really cool. Neat animation, like I said, just very creative, and had me choked up. Just the thought of somebody going through this. And yeah, I do feel like there was hope at the end, and also the knife, the the flash of the knife on the bathtub. Um, I just thought it was really creative and unique.
This film is so intense, totally eye-catching, with scenes and particular close-ups to scary things happening, and it is thrilling, and with the sound effects it just adds to the whole effect, and I was so engaged the whole time. I love the animation technique they are using, and as well the perception of danger and helplessness. It is amazing. It's quite short, but I was terrified, and it is outstandingly good.
It kind of had this dreamlike feel to the entire thing. I loved what they did with the shadow of the Reaper against the wall. I think it was a really interesting story, and they found a very unique way of telling it. Great cinematography, the way that they edited it, it kept moving along really well. So, yeah.
Very interesting and really creatively driven. Like, yeah, I think they were rotoscoping. I think that's the term, and it was very interesting and very cool to watch. And it was edited well too, like the pacing of it, and I enjoyed it. It was haunting. It was suspenseful in that short amount of time. And yeah, pretty solid.